my name is Brianna Smith. I am about to do a speech on, an informative speech on schizophrenia, and today is March 13th, 2014. There are multiple types of schizophrenia, all leaving a person struggling to live out a normal life. In an average day, they could hear voices telling them to do different harmful things, believe somebody is reading their mind, or believe somebody is out to kill them. Understanding and dealing with these issues is the struggle for most people who are uneducated about this illness. In this speech, I'm going to give you a brief overview about what schizophrenia is, different types of schizophrenia and some treatments for it. I'm also going to tell you about some common misperceptions about schizophrenia, and I am going to inform you about how to deal with a person who has this mental illness. According to the Psychology 3rd edition by Sandra Ciccarelli, schizophrenia is a severe brain disorder which causes hallucinations, delusions, odd behavior, disorganized thinking, and trouble perceiving reality. Some symptoms other than delusions and hallucinations also include disturbed speech, emotional disturbance, and flat affect, which is essentially when a person just shows no emotion. There are multiple types of delusions, including delusions of reference, delusions of grandeur, and delusions of persecution. An example of delusions of reference are when the person thinks that Facebook posts or internet blogs have a hidden meaning pertaining to them. And an example of delusions of grandeur is when they believe that they are an important figure such as Jesus, or they are somebody famous. And lastly, a delusion of persecution is when they think that somebody is out to get them, such as the government or neighbors watching their every move. A lot of times people will take the mental illness schizophrenia and put it into the catch-all, but in reality there are 5 different types of schizophrenia. There is delusional schizophrenia, catatonic schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, undifferentiated schizophrenia, and residual schizophrenia. Symptoms of disorganized schizophrenia is a person is going to be socially awkward, and they're going to be unable to partake in day-to-day activities. They are going to neglect cleanliness. They're going to have flat affect, and they're also going to have poor speech. Some symptoms of catatonic schizophrenia are unresponsive to the outside world, and there are 2 speeds with catatonic schizophrenia. They're either going to be 100% off or 100% on, so they are either going to be sitting still, not moving at all, or they're going to be spastic. Paranoid schizophrenia is when somebody has auditory hallucinations and delusions. This one is the most common schizophrenia that people think of when the topic is brought up. Undifferentiated schizophrenia is when they exhibit multiple symptoms from the 3 previous types of schizophrenia, and these symptoms will fluctuate at different points in time, and the severity will also fluctuate. And then lastly, there is residual schizophrenia, and this is decreased symptoms of the previous ones, and they will have hallucinations and delusions, but they're going to be much less severe. Treatments of schizophrenia are different medications such as antipsychotic, antidepressant, or anti-anxiety drugs, and then there's also psychotherapy. As far as who gets this mental illness, this graph from the National Institute of Mental Health shows that in general, the general population, 1% has it, and then as it goes down, it shows that if you have a first relative, such as a mother or a brother, your chances of getting schizophrenia is 10%, and the most common way to get schizophrenia, or the most likely way, is if you have an identical twin who has it. In that case, your chances are 40 to 65%. Some common misperceptions about schizophrenia. A lot of times people will see somebody who's schizophrenic and say, that person's psycho. and that's really not the case. Psychopath is not the proper word to describe them. According to the Webster Dictionary, psychopath is a person with a psychopathic personality which manifests in abnormal and antisocial behavior, lack of ability to love or establish meaningful personal relationships, extreme egocentricity, and failure to learn from experience. On the other hand, schizophrenia is a mental disorder that generally appears in late adolescence or early childhood. However, it can emerge at any point in life. It is of many brain diseases that include delusions, loss of personality, which is also known as flat affect, confusion, agitation, social withdrawal, psychosis, and bizarre behavior. And people with schizophrenia, oftentimes people will think that they're dangerous and they're out of control and it is unsafe to be around them. Not the case. If they are on medications, they should be fine. You shouldn't be worried about being around them. People often think that schizophrenia is untreatable. However, with medication and staying on the medication and going to therapy, it is not treatable. It will never go away, but it is very workable to live with. Individuals with schizophrenia can never regain normal functioning. That's also a false claim. As long as they have medication and they stay on it, they can have a normal life. It will be a little bit difficult, not like other people who don't have this mental illness, but they can lead a normal life. If you encounter a person who has schizophrenia, you should accept the illness and its difficulties. You should be realistic with them. You should maintain a sense of humor. You need to educate yourself about this mental illness, and you need to encourage your loved one to take their medication regularly so that you don't encounter an episode. And so in the conclusions, knowing and understanding the facts and sciences behind schizophrenia is the key to being able to be around them and understand how they act the way they do and why they do this.